especially within the tornado-warned area. By the way, the National Weather Service site is sitting right here, just to the south of Sullivan, so they are included in that tornado warning area. We do have some other storms to the north as well. These are not severe. You're getting some decent downpours moving away from Beaver Dam to the south of Eden, now starting to move into West Bend, into Watertown, but I want to stress there are no severe thunderstorm warnings, and the way they look, these do not look intense, and we're not really anticipating any warnings out of those areas. But I wanted to let you know we are still watching that. It's not like we've forgotten that that's going on. And notice to the west, there is nothing. So all of this, this is the end of it right here. That's going to push through over the next hour, and we've got the tornado warnings on here that are now going until 7 o'clock. And a couple of storms look like they're perking up a little bit to the south of Fort Atkinson, right around Janesville, but all of this is kind of merging in this line. So here's our hail tracker showing the possibility of some quarter-size hail over Elkhorn, probably most likely some dime to nickel-size hail as that tracks throughout Waukesha into Milwaukee County. A core right here over Jefferson. That makes sense. That's the most intense storm that we have. Most likely some quarter-sized hail and maybe some hail around Edgerton into Janesville, just outside of our area. So we still have hail. We still have the potential for some strong gusty winds. But as we flip back over to our velocity product, which we've been looking at on and off over the last hour or so, we're just not seeing that couplet that we had. Correct. And maybe, Sam, if you want to go back, just to let people know what we've been watching, yes, because I think it's very easy to see, folks. This is the couplet we were watching with that tornado on the ground. So right there, we had high confidence, started to weaken as it moved into Fort Atkinson, and we are just not seeing that. We have some green to the north. We've got some red here, but that's mostly the tornado warning itself. We are not seeing that anymore, which is great. That's what we want. And I understand, why they still have the tornado warning.
Not seeing any debris either.
No, and if we want to step back a little bit and go back, over the last 30 minutes, we were watching this debris, all right? So this is the radar itself actually sensing debris that's being lofted in the storm as it moved over Albion into Sumner and then weakened as it moved into western parts of Fort Atkinson. So that's been a good tool for us. Unfortunately, the closer the radar you are with that debris tracker, we get a lot of clutter, which makes it a little bit tricky. So you can see the storms extend from Watertown into Jefferson to the west of Sullivan, right over Jefferson to Fort Atkinson, the town of Jefferson, right, not Jefferson County, Sumner, back into Edgerton. So this is the back edge here. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings for Waukesha into Milwaukee counties as well. That goes until 7:15 for the possibility for some gusty winds and some hail. It also includes the northwestern part of Racine County, although it looks like most of that is going to be tracking throughout Waukesha County within the next 10 to 15 minutes, even though you're not seeing that. And this will probably all merge together, but this is 6:32, so by 7:30 or so, most of these storms, Sam, are probably going to be out over the lake.
Absolutely. And this time of year, our sunset is just barely after 5 o'clock. So it's already been about an hour and a half since we've had any sunlight, some daylight to help fuel these storms. But there's a lot of wind out there with this approaching low pressure system. We have that shear that is sustaining those storms. And we were talking earlier today in both our noon, 4 and 5 o'clock newscast that the tornado threat was low, but not zero. If one of these storms could maintain itself, get organized, that the tornado potential was there. And that's what happened. Two storms came together over Greene and Rock counties, produced that damaging tornado through Rock County into southeastern Dane County and into Jefferson County as well. The latest update from the National Weather Service, that tornado warning for The rest of Jefferson County continues until 7 o'clock. We are just talking about spotters reporting funnel clouds right now. It's moving to the northeast at about 40 miles per hour. So it's moving very quickly. All of these storms have been racing at between 40 and 50 miles per hour throughout the day today. So they're going to be packing a punch regardless. We've been seeing gusty winds and hail even outside these warnings itself. Right. Might not be up to the level of severe criteria, but these are still some strong storms, and especially for the month of February.
All right, let's reset, Sam, if you want to just put the warnings on, because we got a new one that's been extended throughout northern Waukesha County, but it also includes parts of Washington County into Dodge County. So what might be happening here is this will probably just transition from that tornado warning into a severe thunderstorm warning. So we've got several areas here. We've got a severe storm between Edgerton and Janesville. Then we've got the tornado warn part throughout Jefferson County here. And this is a relatively smaller area. We've got severe thunderstorm warnings really for Waukesha into Milwaukee, the northwestern parts of Racine County into Walworth County till 7:15, and the tornado warning itself until 7 o'clock. So a lot of separate warnings going on throughout the area.
And the National Weather Service is saying that the new severe thunderstorm warning that was issued for Jefferson into Dodge, Waukesha, sliver of Washington County was because it's for that storm that was responsible for those tornadoes. So
Sure.
that might be some good news as well. They're also not seeing that rotation quite like what we were seeing before. So hopefully they will continue to transition to downstream severe thunderstorm warnings. But yes, that new warning, that new severe thunderstorm warning that is north of the tornado warning goes until 7 p.m. as well.
Yeah, we understand why they're keeping the tornado warning. I mean, no doubt about it. I mean, this is a situation where we've had, a confirmed tornado or tornadoes, depending on, how the surveys, wrap up, and a lot of that will be going on tomorrow when they go out. But just with a lot of the uncertainty, too, with what's going on here. But this, to me, looks like it's definitely transitioning into just more of a severe thunderstorm, where we're looking at between Watertown and Jefferson, pretty much the most intense part of that storm, right over 94. So if folks are driving through that, they're going to be going through a heck of a lot of rain, lightning and thunder, and gusty winds, maybe some damaging winds over 50 miles an hour. So if you're watching from Oconomowoc, there probably will be some strong damaging winds that'll be moving into your area. Also some quarter-size hail within this part of the storm. So it still definitely needs to be watched. But as we switch back over to our velocity, where we can look inside that storm, we're just, struggling to see anything.
It is looking more like straight line winds instead of spinning winds with a tornado.
Right.
But still packing a punch.
Yeah, and where you start to see this green, that's on the eastern side of that storm. So you've got outflow from those storms that are rushing out, and probably, in upwards of 50 miles an hour, with some of those strong wind gusts. So we have that, and, this is the edge right here of the tornado warning, where they've extended it out until 7 o'clock. And that's not to say they could cut early. I mean, they've done that before, but I understand why they extended it until 7 o'clock. There's just been so much, uncertainty going on, but we saw it clear. We saw that couplet, we saw the debris, and, a lot of times around here, we don't see that a whole lot. And I guess it takes February, for something unprecedented like a tornado in February. I've said this many times in this broadcast, this has never happened before. We have never, ever had a tornado in February. We had some violent tornadoes in January. We saw that several years ago. December, we've had them every other month. But February until now, and it took a record-breaking day, for that to occur. So, Sam, if you want to pan east, I don't want to forget the severe thunderstorm warning here. Pardon me, right over East Troy. That's moving toward McWanago, Genesee, Muskego, Norway. You got a little rain over you, but this is tracking toward Waukesha. Possibly into Milwaukee, into western parts of Milwaukee County. So bottom line, there could be some gusty winds and some hail out of that. These warnings here, severe thunderstorm warnings, go until 7:15. The tornado warning itself going until 7 o'clock. But what they've done downstream here of that storm is they've gone severe thunderstorm warning within that storm.
Yes. And then we also I just want to give folks a heads up that are in southwestern Jefferson County right now that may have been seeking shelter, say in the Sumner area, like Koshkonong. There's a decent thunderstorm over you once again, but we are not seeing anything severe with that storm in and of itself. So just wanted to give folks in that area that were dealing with the brunt of that damaging tornado that was moving into the area. What's over you right now? Just a gusty thunderstorm at that. A lot of lightning, probably some pea to marble-sized hail, but nothing that is rotating right now. And I did want to point out as well, zooming back in closer to that tornado warning, the National Weather Service is located in Sullivan. So we are waiting for more reports, more conversation with them. But they might have had to take some shelter as well, very briefly, as this tornado-warned storm was close to their area, but it did look like it lifted before it was getting closer.
We're working on efforting some video, possibly. So we're waiting on that to get into the system. Adam Reif is heading out as well, so maybe we'll get a report from him. Natalie Shepard has been on the desk as well, been out here quietly. And Natalie, I don't know if you have anything or you've been watching yourself, but I know you've been scanning social media as well.
Well, you mentioned that video that we're waiting to come in. It is out of Evansville, and it is from a viewer, and I am taking a look at it right now, so when we can get that up, we will. But it definitely shows exactly what you guys are talking about, that tornado that has been spotted and confirmed. But like you said, the video, it's getting dark, so it is hard to see. You can definitely see some explosions of lightning, and that kind of illuminates the whole scene. But right now, what we're looking at is the We Energy's outage website, because obviously with storms like this, and as you mentioned, those straight line winds, we are expecting to see some reports of some outages. But thus far, it doesn't look like too many people are without power. But again, we are waiting for those reports to come in. I know Adam Reif was on his way to the Fort Atkinson area. So when we do get him in place and he has some info, we'll share it with you. But Drew, I know that you go into these schools and talk to kids every week about tornado ready.
Right.
And February is the 1 month the state of Wisconsin has not had a tornado up until today.
That was my trivia question for the kids, so we got to think of another one. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it really is crazy to think we've had that. So, Sam, you've got
Yes.
a couple of damage reports that are coming in, I guess.
Yes, we've gotten a damage report coming in out of the Sumner area of a large tree 1 to 2 feet in diameter it's currently down at the intersection of Highway 106 and Loga Road. So that was right where we had that couplet, that debris signature going right through. So the Weather Service will determine whether or not that was actually a tornado that
Sure.
did produce this damage. Again, we might not get too many damage reports coming in because it's dark out now, and some folks may just wait till the morning unless
Right.
they were severely impacted. But yes, so we've had some large trees now that are coming down or being reported.
Natalie, you got some info?
Yeah, okay, good. My mic is back up. Just wanted to make sure. We do have some info from Adam that he just sent into our assignment desk that for citing Evansville police that there are damaged homes in that area, about 20 damaged homes. So we're working to confirm that. And that is something that he is looking into as he heads west to see what he can see with this damage. And I think we have Adam with us right now. Adam, can you hear me?
Hi there, Natalie. Yeah, I can hear you. We are heading west right now from Walworth County, getting up into Jefferson County shortly. We have seen exactly what Sam and Drew have been talking about. This is so widespread. This cell is so big that when you look left and right, we're seeing lightning every couple of seconds. So we're not seeing the tight rotation, of course, that they've talked about, since that is starting to go away. But we are seeing some wind, a little bit of debris, but the rain is the heaviest right now. And as we get closer to some of those locations that Drew and Sam have been talking about all evening, we're expecting to see even more. But what struck us before was just the widespread lightning so far. A lot of the heavy rain forcing drivers to pull over and get underneath those overpasses. But we're still a little bit away from the Fort Atkinson area, getting over to Evansville as well and Porter. So as soon as we get closer to those areas, we're going to check out the debris and some of those places that people have said there are damage areas. We'll let you know as soon as we find more information.
All right, well, Adam, right now we do have the video up on screen that was sent in to us by a viewer of that tornado. And as you're driving, what kinds of reports have you been hearing? Like, what are you going to check out?
Difficult, excuse me, is obviously at the time of night right now, it's difficult for weather spotters to see. And as they've alluded to our meteorologists on the air, it's tough to see what exactly is happening until the lightning lights up the sky. And so we have yet to see actual touchdowns. We have yet to see any damage on the ground until we get to some more focused areas. But that report for the homes, that's what we're going to check out first. And, of course, if anybody has any reports of damage, that's what we want to know about so we can check and make sure people are safe.
All right, Adam, well, we'll let you continue on your way. Be safe out there, and we will look for updated information from you later on this evening. Thank you so much, and Sam, we'll send it back over to you.
All right, some good news out there. The tornado warning was canceled early. Again, we've been seeing those downward trends with the rotation in of itself. It has been replaced with a severe thunderstorm warning. Again, for damaging hail, for the most part, we're still seeing gusty winds of 45 to 50 miles per hour. We're now getting some damage reports in from the Sumner area, right where we were tracking that confirmed tornado earlier this evening. But as of right now, we do not have any more tornado warnings. We have several severe thunderstorm warnings out there, mainly for hail at this point. Drew?
All right, Sam, this is finally some good news here. Adam's going to be going out. There's a lot to recap tonight at 9 and 10 o'clock as well. We saw that video of that tornado moving through. Also, just learned that not only have we not had a tornado recorded in February until today, but there never was even a tornado warning ever issued in the month of February. So unprecedented. We've got reports coming in, damage reports. We still have some severe thunderstorm warnings that are going on out there for gusty winds and the potential for some hail. But now that the tornado warning has expired, we are going to collect some more information and continue to cover the severe thunderstorm warnings as they come in. But we are expecting most of this to be moving out by 8 o'clock tonight. So these showers and thunderstorms are not going to be sticking around. So we appreciate you sticking around and watching coverage. If any other warnings come out, we will definitely let you know. Keep it right here to CBS 58. We'll get you ready.